All right, springtime means out with the old and in with the new, or in some cases just out with the old. If you're facing a cluttered garage, basement, closets, you name it, cleaning up can be a big-time pain. To help give us some great ideas on where to put all of this stuff, otherwise known as junk in some situations, Susan Hogan joins us now with how to get rid of practically anything. And Susan, the problem that, well, at least I have, and I know a lot of people have, is where do you start?
Well, that is the hardest thing. I mean, if you're like me, personally, my garage, it's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
I make sure the doors are always closed. The 3 kids, you got so much clutter. So, you know, you really want to kind of start there. But my best advice for everybody is when you do this decluttering, make sure the kids aren't home.
Yeah.
Seriously. That honestly is the best advice that I can offer. So the first thing where I start is like the stuffed animals. We have baskets and baskets full of these things, and every once in a while I'll grab a garbage bag and I'll throw some stuff in. The stuffed animals that are at the bottom of the basket. And again, do this when the kids aren't home.
The problem I have with the kids when you do this is they say, no, I still play with that.
And you know, you look at them and go, no,
for 2
you
years.
don't.
Yeah.
Or you know, in my case, I just say, okay, we take it out, they go away, and I put them back into the bag.
Yeah.
And look for stuffed animals that are in good shape. I try not to get rid of them because, you know, we all watch Toy Story and they all come alive. But you know, what I do is I make sure that they're in good shape, and then there's a great organization that actually takes stuffed animals away and donates them, and that's called lovinghugs.org. And with toys, again, you're absolutely right. My kids will say, no, don't do that. But my philosophy is, if you haven't played with it in 6 months and it's been sitting in the closet, guess what? It's no longer yours.
You have a 6-month rule. I have a 1-year rule. But I like the 6-month rule better.
Well, think about it. It truly is, because then you've got Christmas coming back up, and you've got birthdays, so that everything gets, you know, new again. And they really, honestly, you know, Legos, things like that, we will keep around forever. But there's a lot of toys that parents really can take a look at and say, you know what, we can get rid of this. Do yourself a favor, and the people that you donate these toys a favor, make sure they haven't been recalled. So you want to go to cpsc.gov, which is the Consumer Product Safety Commission.gov, and you just plug in the toy, and it will tell you if it's been recalled.
Okay.
And then donate that.
I want to ask you about mattresses.
Ugh.
I have one in my basement that, if they did a science project on it, they'd find things growing on it that are pretty disgusting. But the mold building, I mean, I do have to get rid of it, but I don't know where to put it.
Well, common sense, Patrick, and common sense really for anybody. If it's disgusting, if it's something that you wouldn't sleep on, or have your kids sleep on, or your dog sleep on it, get rid of it and put it out with the trash. But there are a lot of homeless shelters that will take in old mattresses, which is wonderful. So, you know, but again, use your common sense. If it's not stained and it's not terribly old, give the homeless shelter a call to see if they would take it. Also, a lot of times if you're buying a new mattress, some retailers will allow you to bring the old one. They'll recycle it for you and give some money off of the purchase. But they, you know, ask them where they're going to put this mattress. You want to make sure that they are not giving it away or reselling it either. So make sure you're dealing with a reputable company.
We've got about less than a minute here,
Yeah.
Susan. I want to ask you about places that you can take some of your stuff. The Salvation Army, Craigslist, to name a few, to help you get rid of your clutter.
Right. And don't forget, with Salvation Army, I know that they hate to be a dumping ground for stuff, for junk. So don't do that. I mean, really give them, you know, do a favor, and don't just throw your stuff there at one of those dumping grounds. It's not a dumping ground. You want to make sure that this stuff is usable and can be reused again. Also, with paint, you got to remember with that, you have to recycle that, or give it to a school. Give it to, you know, drama clubs. They love old paint as well, electronics as well. You know, call domestic violence shelters for old phones. Those are fantastic to have. Craigslist is great. Deal locally with Craigslist. I would never deal with anyone who is not locally that can come here, pick it up, and pay you in cash. Never deal with wire transfers with money at all with Craigslist. But great places for donations. We'll have all of this up for you online as well.
All right, can you come over to my house?
No, I got to take
You're on your own.
I got to take care of mine first before I deal with you.
All right, great advice as always. Thanks, Susan, for all of Susan's tips. Just head to our website, foxprovidence.com.